Hey, Mr. Abbas here with another tutorial video on how to use the web to enhance your classrooms. So today what we're looking at is Quizmaker. We're looking at Quizmaker. What it does is it just does a quiz online. Now there are some websites that you can actually have, websites like this right here, like Pro Profs, a Quizmaker program that lets you actually have a quiz online. So you can have them grade it, and you can have kids take it, and it's all really great and fun. But that's not really what I was looking for. What I wanted to do with my quiz was I wanted to have a quiz that kids could take as a practice for their test. So I just wanted something really simple, something to have a link on my web page and something just to take them through a practice quiz. And so I found that at what you do is you go to your address bar and you go www.makeaquiz.net. And so there you are. We're at Make a Quiz, and I'm going to put my quiz name, and I'm going to call it Best Teacher Ever Quiz. Yeah. And all I'm going to do is, it's really simple. All I'm going to do is put in my email address, tim.abbas@lfcsinc.org, and I'm going to hit submit. And there we go. We're just going to start. We're going to start before we start. Here we go. You can actually choose the color and whatnot. You can get all technical if you want to. I can go, oh, I want my text color is black. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to check my box right here, and then we're just going to go to continue. And we just hit up real quick, just make our things. Who is the best teacher at LFCS? And then we put our answers in here. We got Mr. Abbas, and we got Miss Mena, and we've got Mrs. Williams, and we got Mrs. Long, and of course, Mrs. Long. And before we go on to the next question, what we have to do is we have to check the correct answer. And of course, we all know that the best teacher is Mrs. Mena. So we're going to choose Miss Mena right there. And since this is our last question, I'm going to hit this box right here saying that it's my last question. If it wasn't my last question, I'd just come here and I'd submit the question, go through the whole thing all over again. You can have up to 20 questions. Since I had more that I wanted my students to practice, I actually made 2 practice quizzes. So we're going to submit this question. And we're waiting. And we're waiting. And there you go. It's all that simple. Now, through all the mess right here, what you have to do, what you have to pay attention to is your URL. This is what students are going to type in to get to your quiz. So the students don't have to type in all this mess, though. We can copy it, and we're going to go over to my TeacherWeb web spot, which is right here, and I can go ahead and put this in my announcements. And here you go. You can see that I have my practice quizzes up, ready to go. And what the student does is it'll click on it. One thing to note, though, is it actually asks them to put in an email address. Now, I've run into some parents that don't like their kids on the internet. So, what I had kids do is I had kids put in my own email address. There's nothing saying they have to put in their real email address. So I had them put in mine. Now, the cool thing about that is I actually got an email each time someone took the quiz. Therefore, I could know how many kids were actually taking the practice quiz. It was kind of a cool side effect. And there you go. This is one of the neat ways, the numerous ways that you can actually use the internet in classroom.